Okay. Go ahead.
Carmen and I were married in December 26 in 1948, and we had our honeymoon and etc. And 1 year later in October we had a lovely little girl that was born by the name of Arlene Huerta. And I remember seeing my wife when she came out of the delivery room, and her hair was just wet and curly and wavy, and I said, oh, how beautiful. And she, oh God, she was suffering, and I said, no more. Oh God, this is terrible. I thought it was just terrible. I mean, what she had gone through, and I thought, oh no, you know. But there she was, a charming little girl, and so that was our first love. And then she developed very well in growing up and in school and becoming a charming lady. And we had following her, we had a boy by the name of Richard. And he also was living at the same time over there on 63rd Street with Arlene and ourselves, and following that, years later, we had our son Gary, G-A-R-Y, Gary, and he also became very interested in art later on in life, and he did well. And Richard, later on in life, he had when he graduated from high school, we got him a car, and as a surprise. And but that time the Vietnam thing was coming on, and he said, "No, I don't want the car. I'm going to enlist in the army." They had a officer recruiting, and I signed up. And he said, "We told, oh, God, they're going to send you right over there." And he said, "No, he promised me that they wouldn't, that they would send me to Europe." Are you kidding? I told him, the guy has signed up. They were signing at all high schools. They were signing the guys that joined to go to Vietnam. And so we had to sell his. We sold his car, and so. But eventually, he did go. Had basic training here in the United States, and then he went to Germany. And he was working there in the as an artillery gunner of some kind, whatever they call it. And they practiced shooting over in Germany in the fields and so forth. And so he did his training and everything else there in Germany. I mean, what a life. It was very interesting. So at one point, we went to visit him with Carmen and no, let's see, you didn't go.
Gary.
No, you didn't go. And we took Gary with us when he was, let's see, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something like that. And to go see Richard, to visit him on vacation, and he had a van of some kind that had a sliding door on the side, and he had a leave of like 2 weeks, and he drove us all over. We went to Cologne, and he was stationed very close to it. And I told him, I said, oh God, I remember bombing Cologne, that we were flying and gonna bomb it, and I could see the 2 towers. And I remember from high school seeing pictures. I said, there it is, Cologne at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock would, I'd be the tail here, 7 o'clock would be down there, and I could look down at it, and we circled around and we bombed Cologne. Fortunately, we didn't hit those nice big steeples they had. And so we went to visit the church and everything, very, very decorative, very old buildings, and what a waste of all the bombings at all the beautiful buildings all over Europe that everybody destroyed, the Germans, and we did, and bombing and shelling, and just a waste, the waste of people.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta swap the